Orleans. Fucking New Orleans. My name, as per usual, is Zen. Y'all know me, and if you don't, welcome. Yes, there was just a hurricane, and it has knocked out all the light. Right, that is some candles I have going. Um, if this goes in and out, the internet is very spotty. That's why I haven't talked to anybody recently because my shit does not work, and also I don't have that much charge on my phone because I don't have anywhere to plug it in. So I have to go somewhere. I have to like go find somewhere that has some sort of I don't know, like a charging station, I guess. They have there's one across the street, but it's someone's house. So they're running what do you call it? It's like a gas powered generator. It's a generator of electricity, so they can have their. It's weird because there's some houses around here that have electricity, and I think maybe they might be off. I don't know if they're off grid, but they might have like solar panels or some shit. But they have electricity, and I didn't hear anything going on behind the house. Like there was no like. Uh, anyways, whatever. So yeah, I'm still alive and kicking. If y'all care, doesn't really matter. I wanted to talk about. I didn't watch the video, so I don't know what was said. Because I don't want to comment on that. But it was Deepak Chopra, who obviously as famous as he is, he must have a little bit of I don't know how do you say it, like he's somewhat of a gatekeeper. He must be. So be it. I've always liked him. I've never had a problem with anything, much of anything that he said. He seems to be pretty straightforward, cool guy, whatever. But I seen a picture of him today, and it disturbed me because he looked so old and weak and feeble. And I know Deepak from his Prada glasses and sneakers or his whatever he was wearing, his shoes, and just his general presence. He had a little bit of chubbiness to him, a little joy and whatever. Not saying that he doesn't anymore. I'm just saying he just looked really weak and frail. He reminded me of like Santos Bonacci. When out of nowhere he was like, and one day he's like talking about going vegan. I was like, oh, here goes the end of fucking Santos. Not saying Santos was ever a big dude because he wasn't, but go watch a video of when he came out and was like, I'm going vegan. He went from like fucking like his hair was in good condition. He looked sprightly, and all of a sudden he's gray haired and looked like he's about to fucking die if someone breathes at him wrong. And I don't know about Deepak or what if his deal is. He looked really didn't look like him. He looked really weird. Like he looked like I'm not a big dude. I'm not that big, but you would never guess that I am. I mean, if you see me in person, it's a confusing thing. It's a very confusing thing what I look like in person and how big people assume I am versus how big I actually am. That's a very funny thing. But then again, I just don't look frail. I don't, and it's I guess they're older than me. I get it, but come on, you a guru, my guy. You're a guru, aren't you? And that what your whole thing is, your whole shtick. So, anyways, yeah, there's the worst part of this hurricane is I literally just went grocery shopping 2 days before the hurricane. Had no idea about it. I wasn't even paying attention to the news. I don't even know. So I bought all this stuff that I really wanted. I bought all of this fish. I bought some things that go in the freezer. I bought some yogurt. I bought things that could go bad, which I normally wouldn't do. Normally I don't shop outside of the next couple days, and I just get what I need for the moment. So I got all this food that's in the freezer, and right now it's luckily there was some sort of hurricane party downstairs, the building I lived in. So I brought the popsicles that I had just bought down and gave them away because they're really good popsicles. I wouldn't give people like shitty popsicles. That'd be terrible. I just like throw them out. But yeah, yeah. So that being said, I have food that I can't cook, so I can't cook, and like then I got like you know I got some canned food, which is like okay, I guess I'll eat that, but I really wanted to cook this fish, and I had no way to do it because I have everything in here is electric. I don't even have a gas stove. Uh, so grocery shopping is kind of out of the question. So what I did buy for today, there was all these blackberries on sale. They were like $1 for a pint, which is crazy. I love blackberries. So I bought blackberries and some port wine. That was my dinner today. Well, I mean, and then I had like some beets, so everything was like a purple or red or black. Port wine, blackberries, and beets. It's like delicious, wonderful. I mean, I'm not complaining by any means. I'm just telling you what happens when your power goes out, and so there won't be power here until now. I see the lights, the street lights on, down and over a little bit, but they were just like for the to so cars didn't crash into each other. But that was only one intersection. The rest of them not working. But yeah, not having electricity. The worst part of not having any electricity. What's up, Con? What's up, Jordan? Is cold showers. Like you wake up one day and you're taking a warm shower, and then all of a sudden like there's no warm water, and you're like, oh fuck. So if I smell like this is just the way I smell because I am not taking a cold shower. It's just not gonna happen. So how do you fix that? You could heat up the water and take a bath. You could. Yeah, I got a couple candles. I could heat up some water. It'd be fine if I really needed to bathe. But no, I mean, I got running water, so I'm happy with that. But not having electricity, you better know where things are, because I live where I think the building should be required by law to have a backup generator because it's so big, but they don't. So right now there's no elevator, which is fine. But I live like I can only imagine the other people that have to go up and down the flights of stairs. It's no good. And there's no light in this building. Like if I walk you outside right now, I walk outside my door, I walk up down the hallway, you have no idea. It is pitch black. And then this is like this is one wing. What's up, Dave? What's up, Super Champion? Hey, you guys want to walk outside my door and see? I mean, you won't be able to see anything, but you want to see? Here, let me see if I can show you. Check it out. I don't even gotta worry about like having to unplug this shit. Okay. Okay, ready? Okay. Here you go. This is outside my door. There should be emergency lights that are on in a building this big. They should have like a battery for this, but there's not. Here it is. Okay, hold on. Don't close my door because I won't be able to find my way back. It is so dark that I can't even like I can see in the dark. Like I can see in the dark, but this is 100% pitch black. Let's see. Which way? Yeah. Here it is. This is my hallway. So now I have to get up and down. I have to get up and down flights of stairs where it's like that color, where it's like that black. Except for me, I can figure it out. Like even without like, so I had to go to the park to charge my phone. I found where there was a way to charge my phone, and luckily my internet is working. Well, it's not my internet, but it's like I'm catching a little bit of signal. Here I am. Um, yeah, Dev Mark, how am I keep my phone charged? I have to walk. There's a few places I can go, but the one that I know of is there's a park over here, and I don't know how this building is working. It's either one of the first ones turned back on, or they have like a backup generator or something. So I go over there, and it takes me, 2 hours to plug my phone in, and I just sit there. I'm like, there's really not much to do. I just go over there. I'm like, meditate and look at the ducks, and grab myself, some beignets and maybe some coffee. That's about it. But that I just found out about today. So some people were like, probably a little bit going like, why didn't he call me back? Why didn't he text me? Why is he not on Instagram or something? And I'm like, I don't know if you noticed, New Orleans, about 100% of people don't have electricity, like at all, like unless you're off grid, like with solar panels, or you have like a generator that, or something, that a battery pack in your house somewhere, like you're not getting any power. So I live in a building that is really close to something that should be turned on right now, but it's still not working. So they have to clean everything up first before they can't touch some people like, see, this is like whenever I used to work at the airport and I have to explain to people why their plane isn't there. Like, knowing how electricity works, I have to explain to people why they can't turn electricity on. They have to go around and find every down power line. Then that just before they're even thinking about turning anything on, they have to remove tree branches. They have to clean shit up. They have to move things. They have to tie this off, put this over here. They can't start just fucking putting everything back together. Yeah, so they can get a few places that are like, because the way they map the grid out is to have certain things that they could beeline energy places. But anyways, the point was, yes, I live in a big enough place with enough. There's here My problem here is this: I live in a building with a lot of old people, like people that probably have like heart monitors and this and that, because they might, like, literally might, like, fucking die if they don't have electricity. Like, I'm not kidding at all. And it's like there's no electricity in this building, and it's such a big building that there should be a backup generator. This place is bought and paid for tenfold. They should have done something about this a long time ago. Now, whatever. But getting up and down the stairs, if like living on anything out of this first and second floor, you have no, like, you can't see. Like, if I don't have my phone charged, I'm only gonna do this very short. I'll be here for like 8 more minutes. Um, I have to go over to the park, so I have to walk out in the streets, and I have to go find my way there because I can't see. How long has it been out since the hurricane happened? When was that? 2 days ago. Yeah, Hurricane Zeta. Yeah, smashed the fuck out of New Orleans. And so what I did is when it was like, it was windy, and I guess it was a hurricane, and nobody told me. I didn't know. I don't pay attention to the news. Somebody was like, "Yeah, are you good?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, there's a hurricane. I was like, woke up and I looked out the side, and it was like, it was windy as fuck. So I was like, "Cool, I'm going outside." So I went outside, and I went over to I have a video. I'll share it with you guys if you want to see it. Do you know the chime tree that I hang out at sometimes? Yo, dude. And this was not even when it was really, really fucking rocking the bells. When the wind wasn't even going that hard. It was going like, it was a category 2, which means wind got to like 100 miles an hour or so. Um and apparently it's one of the biggest, strongest hurricanes that's hit New Orleans in, I don't know, 20 or 30 or 50 years, or ever. I don't even know. Bigger than Katrina, apparently. And as far as I can tell, there's only a few people with power. So the only thing different now is, well, because of all the other bullshit too, because of the other things going on. There's no, like, we used to have hurricane parties, like, so if there was gonna say there's gonna be a hurricane, we would just go sit at the bar and, like, well, what are we drinking? And if there's heavy winds, let's light a candle and have some drinks, fuck it. Um, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, hurricanes, man, weird shit. I mean, whatever. It's the only thing different now. The only thing different now is the extra distancing, that nonsense, which has caused a little bit of weirdness. Normally you could just like we would just be the bars would be open anyways. You know, even if it was even if there was no power, they would figure it out. Like there's you can the beer taps still work. You know what I mean? And if the power ain't gonna work, well, what the fuck do we not? What do we got to get rid of? Let's drink. Like they'll give it away. They don't give a fuck. That's local. That's local hospitality. Anyways, I don't know where I was gonna go on with this. Dev, they were awesome, dude. I'll show you the video. I went out to the chime tree, and there was one point where I was a little bit, I just had a little bit, a teensy bit, a little scared because it almost blew me over. Like it almost knocked me over. I was standing next to the tree, and I was like, okay, one of the giant tree branches, like a tree branch as big as your thigh, broke off of the tree and fell. And then okay, that was there before I got there. And then I was just listening to the chimes, just make the loudest noises ever. And I was like, dude, if one of those fucking breaks, like I was standing underneath the big one, like the really big one. I was okay. If you ever seen where I go, there's one side of the tree that has the biggest one, which is huge. It's in the Fibonacci sequence, and one of them is a gigantic. Um, and that I thought was gonna fall at one point, and I was standing near it. I was like, oh fuck. And then all of a sudden, the wind almost picked me up off my feet. I was like, "Oh shit! I should probably go back home now." Yeah, fun times, man. Fun times. So like at this point, all the lights were off anyways. There was nothing to do. Like it was already raining. Like okay, what am I gonna do? Like I'm gonna just sit in this building where like it was hot in my apartment. There was no lights. No, I couldn't charge anything. And I was like, well, fuck it. Let's just go over the park and see what happens. And I had just assumed that they would figure out the electricity thing in a couple days. They said it takes 10 days at a city this size, Category 2 hurricane, 10 days to get all the electricity back on. But for most parts of the city, it should be back on within 5 days. So hopefully by Halloween I have electricity and French Quarter does because yo they done fucked up New Orleans entire summer with the old bullshit with the you know what virology bullshit. And now can we have our Halloween? Can we have our Halloween? Because Halloween is the greatest in New Orleans. Like you think we do Mardi Gras? No, Halloween is better. Which is funny because we actually get to put a mask on for real. And now all of a sudden there's going to be nothing to do. Are they going to shut the whole city down again? Like, I mean, it's shut down just out of necessity. There's nothing to do. Like, okay, I went out today and I tried to find dinner, and there was a couple of restaurants open. Some places were giving free food away. Like this is how the city works. Like, there's a couple of places like put on Facebook, like, hey, if you find this, come through. Like, we'll give you free food. Just no questions asked. Just say you hungry. We'll feed you. Like, don't worry about it. And then some places were open. Like, I'm not sure how they were open. It was just like weird. It was like, oh, these places are open. Cool. Um, and then I just ended up going to the grocery store and buying a bunch of blackberries and some port wine. And that was only to go to sleep. And so I took a nap. I took a nap listening to an old video of mine, and I slept for like 20 minutes. And now I'm fucking wide awake again because obviously, like, sleeping in me does not, it's not, it doesn't correspond too much anymore. So yeah, like it was good dinner. Like I have $12 bottle of port wine and four pints of blackberries. All were 97 cents a piece, which was awesome. Except they were really sprayed with chemicals. I could taste the chemicals all over them, and it gave me the shits. So, but whatever. I mean, I enjoyed the blackberry. The darker the berry, the sweeter the fruit, right? Um, Dave, hopefully it's just the beginning. Wouldn't it be better if it was the end? If it's the beginning. Whoa, I don't know if anybody wants to see that. Yeah. Okay, well check it out. We got it 20 minutes. I could probably fuck with you guys for a few more minutes because I mean I can still walk over to the park in the morning. It's fine. Um, Icon, that's so funny. Klaus 3766. I didn't know anything about that, but I did see a bunch of flybys, bunch of really slow flying, like Airbuses or 737s. 730. It was definitely. I mean, I worked in an airport, dude. I know what they fucking look like. It was an Airbus or a 737, and they were flying by very slowly. And then a couple of the like the Tomahawk ones, the whatever the fuck they call them, the really fast ones. I heard those a few times when I was waking up, and then I was at the park and I was watching them fly by. They were just flying by. I was like, huh, interesting. Yeah, man. Dev, you saw something about grapefruit being able to cleanse arteries. That's 100% fact because of the acid in it. Remember how we always explain this? We always have to explain this to people. Fruit is of a very high octane of a citric. It's citric acid. It's citrus. It's acid. It makes the body cleaner. So these alkaline diet fools have no idea. There's a reason. Like if you eat grapefruit for breakfast, they've always said eat grapefruit for breakfast. Eat grapefruit and maybe some oatmeal. The oatmeal is going to collect all the acid's going to burn off things in the arteries, and then the oatmeal will collect it and you'll shit it out. Good day. And grapefruit is delicious, but it's super acidic. So I shouldn't eat grapefruit because it might be too acidic to for my arteries because it might clean them out. And so instead of having a coagulated like heart attack because I didn't have enough acid in my diet, I knew I did something wrong here by doing all this alkaline bullshit. Oh man. Of course, grapefruit extract is so good too. Yeah, there you go. Why you think everybody said grape? Like don't like ask your grandma, ask anybody. Watch the old commercials when they weren't completely lying because they didn't realize that they had to tell everybody the complete truth. They were just like, oh, we can lie a little bit. Yeah, the grapefruit thing. That's a great breakfast right there. Like I mean, you should get up and you should have acid in the morning. That way, you know what else you do in the morning? You wake up and you have lemons or limes water, and drink that, and it cleans your entire system out. And you'll immediately take a shit. You'll take a shit quicker if you drink that than if you drink coffee or smoke a cigarette. I mean, do the three together. I mean, I'm not saying to go smoke shitty tobacco, but smoke some tobacco, some good tobacco. Honor yourself. Honor the natives. You know, have a or if you don't like that, you don't like that. But yeah, drink a little coffee. I wouldn't drink coffee. I would drink the darkest of coffee, which means there's less caffeine, and I would drink espresso. And why do you think? Why do you? Okay, look, if you go to these places that drink espresso, and then they give you a side glass of this sparkling lemony water. What do you think they're doing? They're helping, and then you'll sit there and you'll smoke a cigarette, but it'll be good because you probably roll it yourself and it'll be good tobacco, and you drink coffee and drink some. What are they doing? They're cleaning out your system to help you fucking exist. Oh. Hmm. Ah. Oh, I don't know where I was going with any of this. I had an idea earlier, then we got into the hurricane thing because I'm pretty certain some people were a little bit maybe mediocrely, even if they don't like me so much anymore, or even if they ever did, they might have been concerned a little bit. Like, is New Orleans okay? Yeah, it's the city's the same. There's really no lights that work. The streetcar doesn't run because it runs on electricity. They're not going to run that. They just run the buses. Everything's on backup generators. Yeah, that's about the size of it. Yeah. I mean, I'll walk you through the streets, but I mean, I'm not gonna walk over to the park right now. I'd rather take another fucking nap. Um, I tried to sleep and then I woke up because I had to take a shit. I had to take a shit because I ate some blackberries that I'm certain that there was too much chemical spray on it because I was just so hungry that after I got them, I didn't take them home and wash them off. And you've got to wash them off in an apple cider vinegar, or apple cider vinegar is probably the easiest because it cleans off the chemicals on it. Um, yeah, apple cider vinegar, a little bit of water, and then rinse them off. Yeah, you'll be good. Anyways, I ate them and it upset my stomach a little bit. So I woke up after like a 30-minute nap. I was like, how long did I sleep for? And I felt like revived, just in the general sense that like, when you get to sleep a little bit, it's nice. But yeah, so hmm. Any questions, comments, or concerns? I got 34% charge, which means that will, as long as I don't do too much more on the phone this evening, I'll be able to get through until tomorrow morning where I can go charge the phone again. We'll see how long it takes for me to get charged at this building. I think this building, like out of all of them, other than the French Quarter, should probably be the one of the first to get electricity again. But Dave, well, thank you. I'm glad. See, when people are too concerned with me, here's what you have. Here's what you have. Either I'm dead or I'm not. That's what it is. So I'm like, it would suck. It would suck. Like, dude, it would suck for a lot of people. They'd be like, fuck, are you serious? Zen's dead? And they're gonna watch all my videos and go, I should have given him a little more respect when he was alive, but I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. And they'll be a little upset. But whatever. It's like it doesn't they couldn't have done anything. They can't change anything. Like you don't know how this shit works. So yeah, um yeah, you can't like yeah, of course I'm good. Like I'm not like the shit doesn't damage me, dude. I mean, yeah, like all my emotions, my heart, I don't have a like my heart has been ripped out and stepped on and shit on so many times, and my mind is become a place of there is such utter skill and balance, and there's this thing like I don't stare into people's eyes. I stare into people's like their soul, and I find everything out that I need. And it's only because it comes from a place that I know very very precisely. So no, it doesn't. So don't gotta worry about my mind. My mind is fine. My soul is perfect. My spirit is ra 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 shisumba. My body, sometimes it fucking hurts, but um, hey, if I give this body up, don't worry, I'll get another one. You come find me. Come see me. Will I choose to look like this again? Probably pretty close. I'll probably always look pretty close to this because I think I've done a pretty good job at designing myself. There's a few things I might change, just a few alterations. But yeah, I don't know. It's like when people are so concerned about like, but I'm so concerned. Like, well, why are you concerned over what? We're not here for a long time. We're not here for a long time. No, we're here forever. Just we're not here, like right here, this thing, this stuff, not for a long time. We're here for a good time, not a long time. I've been wavering on this thing is the world worth it anymore? Is there a good time left to be had, or is it just a whole fucking like I'm out of here anyways, y'all. I'm just gonna dip because fuck this. I don't owe nobody nothing. I'm clean and free of spirit, mind, and soul. Like fuck it all. I move on. I dip on this shit. Or is there something that's worth it here in this realm for me to stay here? I'm pretty close to no. There's no reason for me to stay here. I hate to break it to y'all. I hate to break it to y'all. Devmark, yes. Go stare into the sun tomorrow. Get up early, stare into the sun, and ask the sun with every part of your being, to say I won't accept, I don't desire any more headaches. I want to have a clean mind, a clear head. Stare into the sun and ask the sun. It'll happen. Now, if you don't believe that, natural headache remedies are one is peppermint oil. I would put it on a you can go I would do it on a cold rag on the forehead, and then you have one back here, hot compress on the back of the spine right here, right before you get into the that. And I would alternate them. So I would do cinnamon or some sort of hot thing here, and do something cold here, and then alternate them. So you want to, because usually it's a congestion in the brain. You have congestion. It's causing hemorrhaging. Brain hemorrhages because it's like, oh, I got a little, oh. We all get this now and then. It's for different reasons, but usually it's a it's a toxicity. It's a coagulation of the vessels that are taking waters and pushing and removing dirty waters and putting clean waters in. You're not going to be able to remedy it fully, but grapefruit was the other thing. Grapefruit is helpful with everything in your body, including what's going on in your skull. But I would do if you need an immediate remedy, it'd be hot and cold compresses this way and this way. If you don't have the oils, then you don't have the oils. Then you just use the, the heat, the heating pad and ice, back and forth, back and forth. That way it's compressing and then releasing, compressing, and it's doing it inside of here. It causes you a little bit of oh, and then a little release, and then it's like it's a pressure release valve. Um, there's other things to do. I mean, it depends. What do you have around? Take a bunch of uh, white white willow bark. So right, so white willow bark, yeah. I mean, that's what they make. That's look up the what they make Tylenol or Advil out of. What they make aspirin out of. They make it out of white willow bark, and they just removed one element of it, which I don't remember the name of. But that I would use that. You could make a mint tea, drink that. I would drink a mint tea. You want to relieve, and you want to relax the you want to relax the brain, basically. So a mint will heighten the brain, but that starkness of that cold will freeze the brain from feeling pain. If you freeze something, that if there's pain somewhere, you put cold on it, it freezes it. But to relieve the brain, you probably don't have the things around you that you need right now. I could tell you the herbs and stuff, but it would just be like it'd be a little bit more fucking trouble than it's worth. Yeah, there you go. I mean, hydration is the key, but the hydration is not going to work if there's already pressure upon the brain. Yeah. Mayan Jin Abadan, what's up, my guy? Yeah, Tupac Chopra. Did you see that picture? Did you see the picture on the front? Oh man, my man is looking fucking beat, yo. Like, how are you doing, man? I was just reviewing some of my old videos, and I was like, how often it is that I get comments from people that I'm like, I never got this in my email, I never got it on the thing, and I was like, I seen you commented on something, I was like, this motherfucker, of course, it was the David Blaine video. Remember when you were like pissed that I made it before you, David Blaine joint with the 99 balloons and all that shit. And I fully I furthermore decoded that. I'm sure you did too. I just never made the next video, obviously, because I get too carried away with other wild shit. How's life and whatever? Where are you now? What are you doing? Because I only have give me yeah I got a little more time. I guess my phone's lasting a little longer than Tuchak Chopra. No, the opera. The who is the Choops? CHAOEPS Chops Chops. The Egyptian god Chops. Is that what? Tupac Chops. Chops opera. Oprah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, so DevMark, there's your hopefully that made sense for how to fix your brain. I don't think it's gonna fix your brain, but it might fix a headache. There's also like blood vessels that you could like. I'm not being weird here. I mean, I am, but also there's like, you know how like some chicks like to get choked out. They don't want to be choked out. They don't want their they don't you don't they're not trying to get rid of their you're not trying to get rid of their oxygen per se. There's also blood vessels there that if you grab the right part, it's like where vampires bite. This that's a long one. I'll do that another time. Don't tell anybody I'm telling. This is a secret. I guess mine's not gonna say anything. God damn it. Well, it's nice to see you anyways, if you're still here. Hmm. That's a very funny noise, huh? Glass against velour or velvet. I don't know if it's velour or velvet. I think it's velour, but I don't know. They're close, right? Velvet and velour. I mean, they're wildly different. They must be. There's no reason. I think velvet is like rich people shit, and then velour is like cheap people shit, and I'm cheap person shit. So this is probably velour. Yeah. Is a velour to velvet the same thing as cubic zirconium is to fucking to a diamond? Uh, well, we'll see. We'll find out. All right. Well, I've got unless anybody has anything to say or encourages me to talk a bunch of shit. It's just me and my fucking giant 25-inch fucking python. Wait, that's not at all. Fucking no no he had what Hulk Hogan he said 23-inch pythons. Hmm. Yeah, you got a question. Is it tricep or is it bicep for these? You gotta have, and then there's multiple to try. It's a separation of the bi and the tricep too, right? Yeah, it depends on if you can do the diamonds or the other ones. Yeah. So I'm still a little upset that mine hasn't said, "Hey Zen, how are you doing? I heard there was a hurricane in New Orleans and there's no power. Everyone's dead, right?" He even ask me how I'm doing. I thought we were better friends than that. I really did. I really did. Oh well. I guess when the end comes around, you find out you had a girl like what, Dev, with bigger biceps or bigger triceps? Hmm. Or do you mean a girl like trying to figure out what I said that might have stirred such wild emotions about a girl like that. Hmm. Let's see what I got. 20. Okay. I'll give you guys like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, unless anything is important. It has to be said. I can let my battery go dead. I don't really care like that. I was supposed to go. I was supposed to grill out tomorrow with someone, and so I just want to make sure I was up in time. And if I don't have it, if my phone is if I stay up till like 2 or whatever, like okay, it's like what, midnight right now? Yeah, it's like midnight. Yeah, almost on the dot. Um, but if I stay up a little late, then maybe I oversleep, and then I'm supposed to meet someone somewhere, and my phone's dead, and that was the only my only issue. But they know where I'm at. Hey Dave, you said the beast from the east right there. What you talking about? Who are you talking about? Mayan? You mean Mayan? Mayan the beast from the east? He's not even as far east as I'm from. I'm from way farther east. I could lick the fucking water on the what was that, the Atlantic? Yeah, I could lick Atlantic water if I wanted. He'd have to he'd have to suck sewer water from New Jersey's turnpike. Hmm. Hey Khan, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a little bit. I hope you've been doing well. It's always a pleasure, my dude. I'll be back to being nothing like I've ever been before, but always being sort of myself. Oh, Dev, this girl was a swinger? Are you your girl? The girl you fucking talking about? Oh, okay, Dev Mark. All right. Like what kind of swing are you talking about? Like she was and you weren't? Did you know it the entire time, or like you were good with that, or I couldn't even imagine being with the chick that was a swinger when I wasn't. Like if she can be fucking everything that moves, and I'm gonna be too, and then we're not gonna really have that kind of relationship because it can't be that intimate. Like intimacy is a very directed thing. Like openness is wonderful. Like, oh yeah, please have a wide open relationship, but if she out there doing that shit and you ain't, man, that's some. Which she. So you're saying she was and you weren't, and you learned later. Like Dev, you're younger, right? You're not that old. You're not. So she wasn't a singer. She was a cheating ass conniving bitch. Is that what you're saying? You just didn't want to call her that? Oh, you're so sweet. You're such a sweet dude. Oh, she was just cheating on you left and right, but called herself a swinger and didn't tell you, so she wasn't honest. Did you know? Okay, here's a question. Did you know going into it that she was a swinger? And would you have continued on the relationship anyways? Ah, happy almost your birthday. Yeah, November. Okay. Nice. Hey, Dave, what were you responding to? You have to say both of us? Are you talking me or are you talking about those two? You talking about Dev? Are you talking about Dev and his girl? Are you talking about me and mine or what? I don't, you gotta help me with a little more of the click clack on the computer thing there. I don't know what you meant. Hey, man, I was, let's see. Out of the lovelies and the chicks and the women and the goddesses and the morally inopportune women like that just out of all of them that I've been with, I think I've been with maybe like a 10 that might have called themselves such things, but they'd only done it if they got caught. Two that would have told me, one that wanted to tell me but liked me too much. like liked me a lot and just didn't want me to like go because I gave her an option. I was like, tell me that you're about like this here, or tell me that you're about like let's just you fuck, I fuck, whatever you want. The intimacy goes away. Like there's no like the extra little cuddlies things like that doesn't happen. Like we just like it is what it is. Like I can't. Don't I'm not fucking like I'm not sticking my face in your pussy if you can like other cocks jammed in there. That was just basically the point. It's like, I'm a dirty motherfucker as much as a dirty motherfucker is a dirty motherfucker. But like you'll tell me the truth. Cause I could smell the shit on you. So tell me. She liked me more. I couldn't tell. To this day she still calls me. But I know she was like more attracted to like more dicks than she was to like having intimacy because she already was with child and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So she was like her choice was deal with me. This is gonna be a hard. That's a hard go. That's. I mean, there's lots of great parts to that, but or just catch a dick and then run away like a scared child. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody got their own thing. It's just like not enough people are honest about what they want. Oh, she liked to choke. Yeah. Does she like to get choked or she like to choke you? That's a very interesting question. Does she like? Does she want the good? I mean, did like bent over, ass in the face, and the like. Okay, Joe Rogan always said this. The funny. Like Joe Rogan, as much I don't give a fuck as a comedian, he's okay. But there's a couple things that he does that is makes me fucking die laughing. He said, "Could you imagine your girl getting fucking gorilla fucked with her face in the corner of the cushions, like just from behind, just fucked, just raw, just push her face into the corner of the cushions as she's like, screaming and crying and going, oh, like, and that's your girl right there." I'm saying that's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. The way he explains it, and it's just, it's so fucking, it makes me smile. It makes me giddy. Yeah. Yeah, the choking thing though is like, I mean, I don't, I mean, if it's the right girl, I don't mind it. She could try to choke me out. Like it's fine. Like I don't. There's not too much like sexually. I'm not okay with trying. Like I'm not into like I need a code word. Is like if you're doing too much, like none of that shit. Like you're not gonna. Oh, she did. So, hey Dev, here let's explore this a little further, if you don't mind. This is you could erase all the conversation after this, and I won't even say your name again. I'm just curious about this idea. Was it because she was a mouthy bitch? Did she always just run off on the mouth and just and she just felt better to somebody tell her to shut the fuck up? Like, did she like to get slapped in the face too? Like, did she want a thumb in her butt? Like, I'm just trying to figure out because there is something there that you have to understand. Like, go read a book on psychology of sex. I've never read the books. I wrote the books. I'm kidding. I'm kidding on both parts. Well, no, not really. I just never wrote a book. That's all I'm saying. So no, she wasn't mouthy. She wasn't mouthy. No, no. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. She just liked to be choked. Does she have a bad childhood? Can we explore this idea? Like I hope you don't mind. I mean, if you do, then just say shut the fuck up, Zen. I don't want to talk about this. She was more like a daddy girl. She liked you 4 years younger. Yeah, 4 years is yeah, that's donkey shit, dude. 4 years is nothing. No, no, that's like whatever. You're never gonna find a relationship with somebody that's the same age as you. There's got to be at least a 10-year experience gap on either side. So if you're 30, you can date someone 20 or 40. You're just gonna find it's only slightly different. It's generational gaps. Generational gaps are relationship gaps. It's dating just slightly outside of what you're familiar with. You know. So at 30, you date down to 20 or up to 40. That's just about what it is. I mean, once in a while you can do a 50-year-old if you're good. They'll start to smell a little funny though. They'll start to smell funny. Gotta watch out for that. Oh, you hate typing it out, man. Well, I don't know. I would ask you in person. I think this is a nice little thing. I don't know how we dipped into this shit here, but I think this is a really good psychological analysis of people's relationships and sexual values and things that most people don't have an idea about. That they'll never know who you are. They know who the fuck I am. I'm right here. This is me. I'm going to talk about this. I could talk about this whether Devmark, whether you're here or not, is irrelevant to me discussing this kind of bullshit. You realize, like, out of all the videos that I've made, I've already talked about this at least a dozen times because it doesn't really bother me that people have relationships in any fashion. I just think that people don't explore their relationships too deep and they don't like to talk about them. Why? I'm not sure about that part. Is it because sometimes you like a tongue in your butt or a thumb in your butt or like, well, that's weird. It's a butt. Because after you like, there's this weird shit that goes on in relationships, dude. You want to talk about fights and anger? Do you want to talk about the bitch ass shit people do? I'm gonna eat this girl's butt, and then she's gonna get mad at me, shoot my car windows, and I'm gonna go buy her flowers, and then she's gonna suck me off while she sticks her fingers in my, like, where are we like that all that happens? That happens on a regular basis. If you walk down your street, I guarantee that's happened to every one of your neighbors. There's been some fashion and form of um, mental, psychological, bondo, sadomasochism in a way that you could never understand. Because everybody psychologically has something that they're miserable and a failure at, and that they're very good at, and then people match that. And then there's something sexually and physically that you bring forth to them and they can never do. And when you go through all of those things, you come to this point where you go, what is really of the most value here? That we all have as much fun as possible. That's what I've realized. Joy is the highest of good. Tell me something better than joy. Not the woman named Joy, because I've met women named Joy and they actually are not joyful. They're kind of sucky. They lie about people's names all the time. And they have to. They have to disguise what they are. Joy. You know how much joy a woman named Joy has brought me? Zero. You know. You know why? Because she's not joyful. She's scared of her own name. She's her. I know. I was gonna say name, then I was gonna say neem, and then I was gonna because neem is a certain thing you clean yourself with, and she should clean herself with neem. You know what neem is, right? No. Oh man, fun with language. Matthew James Maxwell. Choose a daddy's girl. The 4 years younger. Here, let me. Hey Matthew, you might help Dev mark out a little more here. Dev, you know how old I am, right? And do you know I can't date older than me anymore. Like it just doesn't work. Like there's no reason a 50-year-old would date me, and there's no reason I would date a 50-year-old because they smell bad. They smell like fucking Werther's Originals and fucking icy hot. If anybody uses that fucking joke, you owe me. You owe me. You heard me here. Say it. Don't ever. I just came up with that on the spot too. Don't question me. Look, look. I can only date younger. Here's why. Because I act like a fucking foolish retard, and I'm also good looking, and I'm a fucking magical lay. Like old women don't deserve this. They're gonna walk through life with like fucking like. Look, if they already like, I don't need. I don't need a problem where they already have a fucking injured hip where when I'm done fucking them, they've actually broken a hip. Because then what I gotta do? They're gonna pushing around like a fuck what on the little thing with the yellow tennis balls in the front, pushing around the shit. And then I'm like, yeah, I broke that bitch's hip. Like, no, that's not okay. Like, I don't want that on my fucking my whole thing that I've done in my life. Like, I had to break an old bitch's hip. Like, what are you gonna do? Like she's gonna have arthritis in her knee, and I'm like, oh, I could help you with that. Like, it would take me like 6 months. Like, in 6 months, that bitch is gonna be dead in 6 months. And I'm gonna kill that pussy. You know, what? Like, no, I can't do that. So if I go in public, there's 100% chance. There's 100% chance that women that are between, and I said women, yes, 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 between the age of 20 and 32 love me. At 33 to about 40, they hate me. At about 41, they start to like me again. To about 49, they really love me. And then 50 and older, they're just like, yeah, I should probably done something else in my life. Yeah. I mean, and for me, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's always going to occur for all men. Uh, look at how the transition works. When you're young, you want an older woman. When you're old, you want a younger woman. When chicks are young, they want an older dude. When they're old, they want a younger dude. It just so happens because they want the there's a certain type of energy that they hold. You know, the wisdom of an old woman is on like when I was 20, I was with chicks that were almost 3 times my age. You know, like it's not that's not an issue. What's up, Joey? No, I don't have my power back. This is I have candles over here, and I figured I'd waste some of my energy that I have my phone on you guys, and well, it's not wasteful. It's not. I hopefully you guys enjoying it. And I know where the closest plug is, so I know how much I have left here. And I know when I have to be somewhere. So I got a time and date stamp to go hang out and cook some food tomorrow because we're gonna go grill, and then I also know if I need to plug my phone in, where to find an outlet. I don't have it here, and it just so happens that in the building, I'm getting enough of the energy to produce a film like here live on camera. You know, it hasn't been working since the beginning. Like it was just like everyone's like trying to use all the internets. You know, mm. How you been enjoying my story time of weirdness of uh well, Joey, you said you're not here for a live one, so here we are. I think hopefully you got here right on time for me talking a bunch of shit about well somebody wanted my advice. Well, I don't know if they wanted my advice, but I gave it to them. Anyways, oh Devmark did. I don't call him out on that shit because I don't know if he's embarrassed by it or not. But he got yeah, apparently he was fucking with the chick that was up like just a couple years. Like how Joey, how old are you? Because Dev said he was dating somebody 4 years younger than him, and she fucked with him. Is that what he said? 4 years younger or 4 years older? I think it's 4 years younger. Either way, they can fuck with you. It doesn't matter. So you're 22. Okay, so you date almost exclusively older women, right? Like you have like no, not even I'm not even talking about like just older women. Like you date like older women because you come across as someone that knows something that and you're like sophisticated. You're slightly a little and you're not rude, but you're yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. I'm trying to explain this concept to people. It's not it's not a difficult concept to grasp. That people always it's kind of like okay, let me use this example. If you date out of your age group, which you should, because if you date in the same age group as you, you're like you might as well go back to high school. You know, you just like you're in your own class, and you know, it's like it's the people that like grew up like loving the person they love, the first love, and they get married and they have like 6 kids and they hate each other, and then you know a violent divorce and like that's retarded. You might as well. Here's what I'm saying. You might as well date someone just fatter than you or skinnier than you all the time. Like if you're a skinny dude, do you know how awesome a fat chick is? If you live in the Northeast or the Southeast or wait, Southeast. I'm retarded, sorry. If you live in the Northeast, but just the northern climate, right? If you live like in say all the way over like so we're in Toronto, we're in Canada, we're in Maine and Boston and New York and we can walk we can even go through Chicagoland, yeah, and we can go all the way over to the all of that is where skinny dudes slide up in fat bitches all the time. Why? Because it's convenient for both of them. Because there's a chubby chick, you don't want a fat dude just laying all over you. Even in the winter, you don't want that. You just want what you want, how you want it. Like and it's gonna be warm until it's warm, and then you're gonna, whoo. Then you're gonna go and cook, boil that pot of water and cook some macaroni and cheese or whatever the fuck you got to do. Because I don't know how you living. Go do that. But if you live in the South, it starts to switch things up. It depends on the time of the season. The time every season has its thing. Every time everything has its place, and every place has its thing, and every time has its every season is its. I don't know. Like there's not a woman on the planet that I don't love. I just don't like some of them sometimes. Like as much as if I had to choose, I would probably choose a chick shorter than me. Probably. Probably skinnier than me. Well, not skinnier, but like no, I like big tits, big ass. No, I like big ass, wide hips, small tits. I'll take that. Just so I can, I'm like I'm not a big dude, so like that's fine. But it, if I was living in a cold climate, I'm sorry, little chicky duties. You gotta go away. I need that chick. She pushing maybe like 180, 190, maybe 200. Let me push around 200 real quick. That's like I'm on like 5'3", 200. Ugh, mushy. Oh, in the winter, in the cold of winter, you know how much fun that's gonna be? Sitting by the fire, drinking the red wine, eating the fattiest foods. Never in a bad mood. Do you know how terrible that sex will be in the summer? If you live in the summertime, are you dating a fat chick? It's too hot. It's too like you have too many rolls. You got too much going on. Just like why don't you slim down for the summer? It would have been easy. I thought it was all just like you're supposed to like cook it off during the winter. You know how easy it is to lose like 30 pounds? That's easy. Just stay on top of your game. You can be looking fine anyways. I'll keep you year round. But I was saying you're gonna stay the same weight during the summer. No, we got bye. Nah, done with that. Uh-uh. No, ma'am. Sorry. I liked you when I liked you. Now you out of fucking pocket. You out of hand. You out of line. You out of nothing. None of this bullshit. I'm gonna need you to be a little skinnier because you don't look good in a summer dress. You look good in like fucking like a triple down fat, like a triple fat down goose, like that all that. Yeah, and you got a little chubby chin. I like all that. It's all nice. Yeah, don't worry. I love you. But I could change. You want me to be strong enough? You want me to be strong enough to pick you up in the wintertime? Fine. Is that what you want? Nah. You want slim and shot up. Slim and slide up in you. I love how many subjects we've been through today. I was just trying to give you guys an idea. Ah, super champion. Why are you looking for 368 trillion? Is it because I said 369 is mine? Yeah. I mean, all in all, if yeah, hey, don't get me wrong on the if she's old enough and she's willing to just like knock it around a little bit, and I'll kick them boots off of her for 369 billion. Well, in the current economical climate, I don't think I would accept that anymore because I don't think it's fair. Because I don't think that money's gonna last. I think $180 will last me as long as $369 trillion. Uh, why? Because I don't trust the system no more. Hey Parcel, what's up, yo? Debbie. Where's this? No, Debbie up here. Oh, where did you go? No, Defmark. Oh, you talking about who we were talking about? Defmark. No, scroll up a little bit. Scroll in the comments. That's who I was talking to. Devmark is a dude, I'm pretty sure. I think he's probably one of your relatives or some shit. You and your Devi names, you Parsis and Devis. Yeah, Parsai and Devi and all that. You see, just cause you live in Africa now doesn't mean you're not like Indian native. Come on, don't do that. Don't play with me. I already told you. I already told you. I'm Syrian. I come before both of you. I'm like, oh, I've just come. No, uh, what's up, Parsival? What you doing, man? Uh, hopefully you weren't concerned, but I'm not dead. New Orleans just did have a fucking horrible hurricane. I have no lights and all that shit. Yeah, I'm still alive. My internet only works occasionally, and I think the only reason I'm getting internet right now is because I'm doing it at a fucking late hour. What time is it? So yeah, it's 12 o'clock, right? So it's midnight. No one's fucking using internet in New Orleans right now. I am. So I have complete free control of the internet. But the lights here are candles because I'm a candle. I'm a candle. You remember we played that the other day. Um, and I mean, my building is fucking. There's no electricity. I have to walk to the park, dude. Oh shit! I only got 15. Okay, so here you guys go. I'm I'm uh I'm done out of here in 3 minutes because I need at least the last little bit of juice on my phone. Was it a real hurricane? Oh, it certainly. I mean, I don't know that it was real. Like I don't know if it was like an actual fucking, like the wind started to move and all that shit. But like I walked outside in it. It was windy as fuck. It was the windiest I've ever felt. Like I've walked this earth for 41 years and it's been windy. And it was like I was yeah, and tree branches are fucking all over the place. It broke tree branches from I seen a tree branch on a car. The electricity is out through the whole entire city. Like look it up right now. Go look up New Orleans electricity outlets, like or electricity outage. It's the whole city. Since it happened. Yeah, it's ruined it's ruined from here to North Carolina. Like there's not a lot of people electricity anymore. So yeah, that's where I am, and I have to shut this off because I need a little bit of juice on this phone when I get up in the morning because I have to just turn this phone into nothing. So if I can't get on here to do videos, it's because the internet will be collapsed by everyone else that's using the little bit of bandwidth that's left. But yeah, I mean, my electricity is off. I have to go somewhere with this phone to charge it. I have to go find an outlet because there's only a few spots that have electricity. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, peace. Stay well. Do weird shit and all that fucking, that the Jimmy Jams. Hopefully, an hour and fucking 10 minutes of everything that I had is in here, and you enjoyed it from the beginning to this point here. If you guys didn't get to listen to the beginning of it, I know we took a little fucking, how I always do. I would have to take up and do this kind of weird turn on shit, and we got to talk about some really funny stuff for people. But the beginning of it was where I really wanted to address a couple concepts and things that I don't know. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay well. I gotta get the fuck off here because I need this little bit of juice to wake me up in the morning so I can go fucking cook some fish. because my refrigerator and freezer are not working, so I have to grab whatever's left in there that is worthy of being cooked still. Because I had this, oh, I just bought all of this wonderful fish, and I'm just gonna go to the park tomorrow and just grill it all. And if anyone's around, they could eat. They can eat for free. I got food on food on food. I'm just gonna just grill all that bitch. So bye. Good to see you.